Washington already once this season has a loss to a previously winless team. Can they avoid another at Detroit? Hey, how are you folks? Jason Horowitz, CBS Sports' Charley Casserly. Glad to be with you on the NFL previews presented by Comcast. And Charlie, when you look at the Redskins, how did they avoid a letdown in Detroit?
Well, I think all week long, I bet you Coach Zorn is saying, hey, remember the St. Louis Rams? What happened there? Well, I don't think there was a letdown when they got beat St. Louis. It was a lack of execution. So that's going to be the thing there. Just concentrate on the fundamentals. Concentrate on getting off to a fast start. When you're playing a team that is down like Detroit, you want to get off to a fast start. Get them on their heels so they doubt themselves.
And you talk about a fast start. Everybody has gotten off to a fast start with the exception of the Vikings against Detroit. Again last week, they were down 21-0 to Houston before having to fight their way back. When you look at the Lions, is it time to look at Drew Stanton?
I think you got to take a serious look here before the season's over. Is look at Drew Stanton. You took this guy in the second round. You liked him as a prospect. Other people in the league liked him as a prospect. You got to find out, do you have a chance with him as a quarterback? I don't think Dan Orlovsky is going to be your quarterback. I don't think Detroit thinks so either. Drew Stanton's got to play before this year's out, and it can't be just for 1 or 2 games. Give him a long look.
Whoever's the quarterback, you do have Calvin Johnson as a go-to receiver, as a phenomenal player in this league. But can one player beat you? If you're the Redskins, can one player beat you?
No, one player should never beat you. However, I think what Detroit has to do is they've got to be more creative in how they get Calvin Johnson the football. Last week, I believe they threw him 4 passes. Okay, and you can see, I think the guy's got terrific statistics. The fact they haven't thrown the ball that many times. But they threw him 4 passes. 1 was a Hail Mary, and 1 was a 2-point conversion. This guy has got to be throwing the ball, 15 times a game. He is your one weapon, and he is a weapon.
And one of those 96-yard touchdowns.
That's right.
Which is 4th longest in Lions history, so you do have that. Now, the other star in this game, because Washington is a solid football team at 5-2, but you have to look at Clinton Portis. When you've watched him run this year, over 100 yards again last week, are you saying to yourself, this is possibly the league MVP?
Well, you've got to look at it this way, that he's got to be one of your considerations, especially if the Redskins win, and you can see his stats right there. And in talking about this is in 7 games now. If the Redskins win, they're at 6-2. So obviously we still got half a season to play. But he's a big reason they're 6-2. They're riding him, they're feeding him the ball, and he's responding, and he's responded all year. So he has to be a consideration for first half MVP.
And the Redskins haven't been 6-2 in 8 years. That's what they're trying to do on Sunday. Let's see if the computer thinks they get to 6-2. AccuScore prediction: 10,000 tests, 10,000 results, and of course they do. They're facing an 0-6 Lions team. 76% of the time the computer likes Washington. Charlie, you like the Lions. They've been playing tough. You're taking Detroit for the upset.
I'm not taking Detroit for the upset in this one. However, you're right. They have played hard. And as far as the Redskins go, hey, it's just like what we talked about right off the bat. Coach Zorn has got to sell these players and taking this game seriously and getting off fast. But the Redskins can run it and they can throw it. The Lions have one weapon, Calvin Johnson. I think the Redskins will find a way to shut him down. And right now, the quarterback position for Detroit is not good enough, I think, to score enough points in this game to beat the Washington Redskins.
You talked about Clinton Portis as a halfway point MVP. Maybe Jim Zorn's halfway point coach of the year.
There you go.
Great job for the Redskins. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. For more on this game or any other in Week 8, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Charley Casserly, I'm Jason Horowitz. Take care, folks.